This is KPIX 5 News.
It's her job to dig for the truth, but tonight, a respected Bay Area investigator is missing. What she may have been looking for right before she vanished. Good evening, I'm Alan Martin.
And I'm Elizabeth Cook. Neighbors say they had a bad feeling after they noticed the lights had been on at Sandra Coke's house for several days. New at 5, Ryan DeCao tells us the latest case Coke had been working on was personal, involving her pet. Ryan?
And police seem to be treating this missing persons case very seriously. That may have something to do with what Sandra Coke does for a living. Police have found her car. There's still no sign of the missing mom. No one's seen Sandra Coke since Sunday night. Since then, her porch light has been left on.
It don't feel right that she's missing, because I would never think that she would go missing.
It's always a concern. She has no history of missing.
By most accounts, Coke is hardworking and dedicated. She's an investigator for the Federal Defender's Office. This East Bay defense attorney knows her work well.
Her work has been instrumental in saving the life of one of my clients who was on death row.
Those who know Coke know someone broke into her house and stole her dog a couple months ago. Since then, she set out these flyers to try and find the Cocker Spaniel. Sources tell KPIX 5 she was meeting someone about the dog's disappearance before she disappeared Sunday night. Can you tell me anything about that?
We can't confirm any reports, and certainly we're receiving a lot of reports and a lot of different information from various sources.
The only thing police will say about the investigation is that they found Coke's Mini Cooper Monday night.
That can't be a good sign that you find her car and you don't find her.
It's progress in the investigation that we have recovered the car. We are still concerned where she is.
There are so many people that she's helped over the years. She's helped get off of death row or get out of prison or avoid prison in the first place. And it's really important that we find her.
Coke's family has come to the Bay Area from across the country and landed here today. They ask if you have any information that you give police a call. Live in Oakland, Ryan DeCao, KPIX 5.
Did you get the alert on your smartphone? For the first time, a statewide Amber Alert was sent out via text message. The case involves a brother and sister who are missing out of San Diego County. The suspect is 40-year-old James DiMaggio. Now, police think that he may have 8-year-old Ethan and 16-year-old Hannah Anderson. They believe that he killed the children's mother over the weekend. Her body and that of a young child were found inside this burning home.
Oh my gosh.
They could have gone to another state, they could have gone to another country, potentially. We just don't know at this point.
Police are looking for a blue 2013 Nissan Versa. It's California license plate 6 WCU 986.
Disaster.
And that is the noise that thousands of cell phones around the Bay Area made last night. Most people didn't even know they were signed up for Amber Alert text messages. We'll explain that program and whether there is an opt-out tonight at 6.
Ken Bastida is live at Mobile 5 in San Francisco, where the FBI tells us bank bandits are getting bolder. Ken?
Yeah, Elizabeth, 160 bank robberies in the San Francisco division, according to the FBI, in the past 10 months alone. None more notorious than the high jumper bandits. They hit this First Republic Bank on Geary Street last week. And the FBI says that a person was pistol whipped inside that bank, and they're afraid that these robberies are going to get even more violent. The FBI has dubbed them the High Jumper Bandits. They're believed to be behind a rash of violent robberies in San Francisco and San Mateo counties. The takeover crew storms in, toting guns and terrorizing bank employees and customers, all in the middle of the day. They order folks to hit the ground, and then the jumpers leap over the counter to empty the cash drawer. The suspects are described as 3 black men between the ages of 20 and 35, slim to medium builds, wearing thick jackets, gloves, and clothing that would mask their heads and faces. The high jumper bandits are behind at least 5 bank robberies since April. 4 occurred in San Francisco, in bank branches stretching from West Portal to Chinatown. The 5th occurred at a Cathay Bank branch in Millbrae. So what you're looking at now is another guy the FBI is interested in. He's being called the up-close bandit. These are photographs of a robbery that he pulled just a while ago. He's accounted for at least 2 robberies in the Bay Area in the past several weeks. And this guy's MO is a little different. He likes to walk in, pretends he has a gun, like he's hiding it in his coat, and then he whips out a note and gives it to the teller. Like I say, he's made off with the proceeds from several banks in the last couple of months. Police are asking for the public's help. The FBI says if you're in a situation where something doesn't look right, either outside of a bank or inside, look at the people, study what they're wearing. If they say anything, try to remember that, what they look like, and if they get into a vehicle, a description, and best yet, a license plate if you can. Reporting live from Geary Street in San Francisco, I'm Ken Bassita, KPIX 5.
All right, Kenny, thanks.
AC Transit executives are hoping to avoid a midnight strike. They would strand more than 180,000 commuters. Both sides are supposed to meet again in about an hour. At issue are pay raises, medical insurance payments, and rest breaks for union workers. Unlike the BART talks, the spokesman says progress is being made.
We have been making steady progress, particularly over the past weekend. We started this weekend at being about $9 million apart. We're now only about $4 million apart.
ATU Local 192 represents 1,800 bus operators, mechanics, dispatchers, and clerical workers. Their labor contract expired June 30th. Meantime, BART and its unions are busy polishing up their cases. Tomorrow, each side will make a presentation to the governor's independent board of inquiry. The hearing at 10:30 at the State Building in Oakland is open to the public. The board does not have the power to impose a solution. Instead, the panel will present its findings to the governor. He could then order a 60-day cooling off period.
Checking other Bay Area headlines, the San Francisco National Cemetery at the Presidio remains closed to the public. Crews are still cleaning up the big mess left over from a brush fire. It started at around 3 o'clock this morning in a wooded area. About 2 acres were burned. No word yet on how that fire started. And fire officials are looking into what caused a fire inside an East San Jose storage facility. 4 of the units were destroyed. Commuters saw thick smoke hovering across 280 and 101 freeways as fire crews doused the flames this morning.
A courageous comeback on San Francisco Bay. Nearly 3 months after losing a sailor in a tragic capsize, Artemis Racing is back.
And protesters take to the streets of San Francisco armed with an unusual tool, vodka.
Another chilly day, 11 days in a row with temperatures below normal. Most of you away from the water, only in the mid-70s, including Danville 76. So, when are we finally going to warm up? When will we get some sunshine at the Golden Gate? I do have the answer coming up in my 7-day forecast next.
Have you got a lot of leftovers? Why not sell them online? Oh yes, there's an app for that.